Very first time talking about it since it happened Friday.
Okay.
I formed a
What began as another night of thrilling WWE action took a dark turn when Naomi suffered a serious injury following a sudden backstage assault by Bianca Belair. The incident occurred just minutes before Naomi's scheduled match, catching both fans and officials completely off guard. The attack unfolded in the backstage area, where Naomi was preparing for her entrance. Witnesses reported that Bianca appeared from behind production equipment and launched a fast, aggressive assault that left Naomi on the floor in visible agony. A rivalry on the edge tension between Naomi and Bianca had been steadily building over recent weeks. Their rivalry, fueled by competitive ambition and personal pride, had escalated from verbal exchanges during interviews to physical altercations in previous encounters. Naomi's criticisms of Bianca's methods and Bianca's belief that Naomi was attempting to overshadow her created an atmosphere of hostility that had been intensifying with each passing week. While many expected the feud to be settled in the ring through an official match, few anticipated it would escalate into a real backstage attack. The lack of warning and the location of the incident added to the shock and outrage among those present. The violent incident eyewitnesses described Bianca's ambush as swift and targeted. She reportedly forced Naomi against a wall before striking her multiple times, focusing specifically on her leg. The force of the attack caused Naomi to collapse, clutching her knee as production crew members scrambled to call for medical assistance. Security footage from the area reportedly captured the incident in detail, though it has not yet been released publicly. Internal sources claim the footage confirms the intentional targeting of Naomi's leg, suggesting the assault was not a heat-of-the-moment scuffle, but a calculated act. Montez Ford's immediate reaction. Naomi's husband, Montez Ford, arrived backstage within minutes of the attack after hearing about the incident. His reaction was described as one of visible distress and frustration, with clear signs of emotional strain. Witnesses noted his urgency in reaching Naomi's side and his anger at the lack of immediate security intervention. The sight of Ford comforting Naomi as medical personnel tended to her became one of the defining images of the night, symbolizing the human cost of what had just occurred. Naomi's condition medical staff responded rapidly, immobilizing Naomi's leg before transporting her to a local hospital for further evaluation. Preliminary examinations indicated a severe ligament injury, with early suspicions pointing toward a possible torn ACL. The full extent of the damage remains under assessment, but initial indications suggest a lengthy recovery period. WWE officials later confirmed that Naomi would be out of in-ring action indefinitely, marking a significant setback to her career and current storylines. The decision to remove her from upcoming events was made immediately, prioritizing her long-term health over any competitive commitments. Arena atmosphere and fan response. The announcement of Naomi's injury over the arena's PA system was met with stunned silence, followed by chants of support from the crowd. The sudden shift from excitement to concern was palpable, with the energy in the arena dropping dramatically. Online, the incident dominated social media within minutes. Hashtags in support of Naomi began trending globally, and countless fans expressed their shock and anger at the situation. The attack also triggered debates about the boundaries of rivalry in professional wrestling and the responsibility of the company to prevent backstage incidents. Bianca Belair's stance. Shortly after the incident, Bianca Belair addressed the situation in a backstage segment. She did not display remorse, framing her actions as a response to weeks of personal and professional disrespect. Her demeanor during this segment was described as cold and unapologetic, further inflaming public backlash. Many fans interpreted her words and body language as confirmation that the assault had been deliberate. This has only heightened calls for disciplinary measures from WWE management. WWE's official position. WWE released a statement acknowledging the incident and confirming that an internal investigation is underway. The company emphasized that backstage safety is a priority and that any breach of conduct would result in appropriate disciplinary action. While no formal punishment for Bianca has been announced, speculation is rife that she could face suspension or a significant fine, depending on the findings of the investigation. Company officials are said to be reviewing security footage and interviewing witnesses to determine the exact sequence of events. Industry reaction. The wrestling community has reacted strongly to the news. Fellow WWE superstars, past and present, have expressed concern for Naomi's health and questioned the escalation of personal rivalries beyond the ring. Analysts and commentators have also weighed in, with many noting that such incidents risk damaging the company's public image and the safety culture within the locker room. Prominent wrestling journalists have pointed out that Naomi's injury could derail months of planned storylines, forcing creative teams to make significant adjustments. For Montez Ford, the incident could also have personal and professional implications, as his own performances may be affected by his wife's recovery process. The road ahead. For Naomi, the immediate priority is recovery and rehabilitation. Severe ligament injuries can require months of rest, physical therapy, and gradual reconditioning before an athlete is cleared to return to competition. The emotional impact of the incident, combined with the physical recovery, means her journey back to the ring will likely be as much mental as it is physical. For Bianca Belair, the coming weeks will determine whether this incident becomes a storyline pivot or leads to real disciplinary consequences. Public perception of her has shifted dramatically, and she faces significant backlash from both fans and peers. The WWE Universe will be watching closely as this situation develops. Whether viewed as a shocking betrayal or an extreme escalation of a feud, the attack on Naomi has already cemented itself as one of the most talked-about moments of the year, for all the wrong reasons.